Greetings and welcome to a quick catch-up episode of the Bobby Z Show. Just to let you guys know where I've been, I had a bit of a hiatus, is that the right word? Yeah, I've been unable to stream for like a couple of weeks now. I would like to just check my audio's playing back alright. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. In fact, I'm just going to hit the cough button for 1 second. Okay, we're back. Right. Yeah, the last stream I did, I think, was probably around about the 15th or so. I know it was certainly, I put up a video on I think it was a Saturday afternoon, and yeah, it was, I got some bad news actually, unfortunately. A very close family member, I lost a very close family member actually, probably, it was the 18th of December, and I just, yeah, out of respect for that family member, and just because I didn't have, just probably wouldn't have been particularly functional in that state. Grief's a funny thing. It can kind of hit you in strange ways with, particularly when it's a very close person, someone you've grown up with, known all your life, and you sort of always dread the idea that you're going to have to say goodbye someday. And then when it happens, like, for me, it was quite a slow process, actually taking it in and, dealing with the enormity of the situation. So I certainly wasn't in a position to stream, but I do plan to come back soon and set up. In fact, I wanted to, let you know, I'm probably, well, no, I say probably, the current name of the show, the Bobby Z Show, I am considering doing a slight rebrand to the Bobby Z Chronicles, just because my other channel's called Chronicles of the Unconvinced. I'm sure we've got a screenshot of that somewhere, and that is where I upload all of my but edited segments of the live stream. I upload to Chronicles of the Unconvinced. So I just thought the Bobby Z Chronicles might be a bit more appropriate a name. We'll see when I do come back to streaming properly. I do also want to invite anyone that wants to say hello in the live chat. It's always good to know who's tuned in. And I'd also like to thank my Patreon, Linda Mack, for supporting me over there. And I would invite anyone who wants to hit the thumbs up button, please do so. Subscribe if you're not already, and share on social media is a couple of ways to support the Bobby Z Show when it comes back. That is always appreciated. I'm not looking too closely at any subject tonight. I was actually in the process a couple of, back on the 18th. It was just after the end of the Sabbath day, and I'd started writing for the next stream that I was going to do, which will be, we'll be back with it soon. And then kind of around about the same time, I was approached by a YouTuber who I've seen in the live chat on here a few times, and he offered, I told you before, he donated a microphone to me, and he let me know that he had a bit more equipment, which will take a bit of setting up, but once I do, it means I'll be able to do streams a bit more smooth. I mean, for example, here's a classic example now. If I want to show you this is how long it takes at the moment. Here's my Twitter account. Yeah, this guy who runs the Flat Earth Debate 5 days a week, live streams 2 o'clock in the United Kingdom. Let's see if we can open his channel. And here's an example of my current setup, how long it just takes to do anything on this computer. Thanks to the huge generosity, and I'd like to say a big thank you to Nathan Oakley of the Flat Earth Debate, although the channel's called Nathan Oakley 1980. Big thanks to him for helping me to hopefully be able to do the stream better, a lot faster. Yeah, I can't be too ambitious whenever I do these live streams. I have to keep it simple. Okay, keep it simple, stupid. But hopefully, yeah, I can be a bit more ambitious. We'll get less of the slowdowns, less of the issues that we have. I actually just want to go on this guy's channel. Yeah, at the minute it takes ages, as any of you will have witnessed if you regularly tune into these live streams. Right, let's see. Yeah, I recommend this guy's channel. Yeah, big thanks to him for his immense generosity. Interesting, actually, that around the time that he donated the microphone to me, people were coming out, basically slighting his character. And that's the thing with the type of content he puts out. The reason I would be reluctant to make a video expressing my knowledge of, the world we live in, for example. You have to know your stuff, because there are people out there that will eat you alive if you try and share information on certain subjects that you're not, you have to know what you're talking about. And believe me, Nathan Oakley 1980 is a great place to find out the information, and he welcomes people on each show over on Discord. So yeah, that's a channel I certainly want to shout out. And once I've got the stuff set up, I will start streaming properly, and we'll be rebranding to the Bobby Z Chronicles. I think that's the way it's going to go from now on. Yeah, and also, as I said, I lost a very close family member, which we've got things like funerals to arrange. At the moment, my time is kind of limited. Also, it's not going to be, got quite a lot going on. But I would predict probably by the end of the first week of January, I will be back with a proper Bobby Z show, Chronicles, whatever I choose to call it. I come across quite often. I've done my Act Short playlist. In fact, if you're not familiar with that one, let me just bring that up. Let's see. Oh, didn't mean to go to that one. Yeah, some of the videos I've done. Where are we? Your videos, history, library. Let's see, I'll just load up my own channel. And yeah, some of the things I did was, if I go to playlists, you will see I've done one called Actor Shortage, which I abbreviate to Act Short. And it's my belief that the actors who play in these soaps, Coronation Street, I focus more on Coronation Street and Emmerdale, but I believe it's the same throughout TV. And that is that the actors playing the roles, at the very least, they're interchangeable. At the very least, they could dress one person up to look like more than one character. No doubt about it in my view. And when we see people's social media, like, for example, this guy, Andrew Waymont, we see his wedding pictures on Instagram, we see him with his family. I'm suggesting that isn't as it seems. There's something highly suspect about these people, and I could fill hours talking about these people. So yeah, once my system's updated and I'm able to do things a bit faster, we'll certainly be looking at some of them. My latest one, I will just let you know if I can get my browser. Here we go. We got this spinning wheel. I will say I moved. Yeah. I'll be going back to a Windows operating system, which is just, compared to some of the slowdowns you get on the Mac OS, it's crazy. Right, Coronation Street characters. They've got what they call a baddie, and it's interesting how they portray certain people. One of the, oh my goodness, I can't spell character, can I? Coronation Street characters, Griff. This guy is the conspiracy nut, basically. You could call him that. My goodness, does he bear a resemblance? Yeah, there he is. I'm sure his name's Griff. This guy here, I'm not sure what the actor's name is. But yeah, I don't know if anyone is familiar with Corrie. I've got to say, it's my guilty pleasure. I do watch the soaps. Particularly at the minute, they're just a nice form of escapism. Although they fill your ears and eyes with as much rubbish as, say, the mainstream news does, that's for sure. Excuse me. Coronation Street is Spider in too deep as Max is drawn into extreme extremism. Their idea of extremism is anyone that doesn't agree with the news, and they very interestingly they tar them with like racists, extreme far rights, for example. They'd have you believe that these people are white supremacists. That's basically what they are. But they pose as people that question the mainstream. And yeah, anyway, right, I'm just going to have to hit the cough button 1 second. That's one for the for the cutting room floor. I'll edit that section out. Right. Yeah, this guy here, but he's playing a part where in the story, he's luring or grooming this guy, Max, who himself looks like, who is a dead ringer for another character. But Max's father is David Platt. I'm not sure if we'll see a picture of David Platt. But yeah, the similarity between this guy, I don't know how well you can see it. Hang on, let's get a close up. And the actor who plays Max's father is ridiculous. Yeah, and this sort of thing goes on throughout the soap world. There's the side of that little bit there. You would think it's Griff because they wear the same clothes, they've got the same facial hair, they're about the same height and build, but it's not. It's Max's dad. Let's see, Martin Platt. Is that his name? Yeah, Martin Platt, something like that. No, not Martin Platt, David Platt, that's it. Yeah, this guy, absolute dead ringer for the actor who plays Griff that we just looked at. I'll just see if I can bring up. And they've all got the same... Yeah, they always have like identical beards to each other, and they've always got quite strange ears. And also, a lot of the actors, again, I don't know if you've noticed this, they appear to have scarring on their face. I don't know how well you can see it on this guy. Almost like they've had, say, a fake chin put in. Again, the actor that plays David Platt's mother looks like she's literally had part of her jaw removed. Right, I am trying to bring up a comparison picture, but it's taken its time. Yeah, these two, you may not see it immediately, but I bet if we were to make a few, like compare their acting roles, for example, you might be surprised how many similarities there are. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, so that's one of the things one of the subjects we'll be looking at among plenty of other things. I haven't particularly been keeping up with the news. It's just not something I watch, but yeah, there's always plenty of topics that you could cover on that one. I know there was a big thing about something going on in Liverpool again. All of it, massive coverage, which is, for me, always a telltale sign. In fact, yeah, a couple of people have left some comments across the various platforms where you can find me. So I didn't want to didn't want these people to think that I was overlooking them. Greetings to Robbo Max. Just tuned in. Sorry I'm late to the party. You're not. To be honest, Robbo, yeah, this is the first stream I've done since probably around about the 10th, maybe 12th of December. Yeah, I've been gone for a couple of weeks dealing with the loss of a loved one. So I just thought, as I'm going to come back, and yeah, I plan to start doing the Bobby Zed show a bit more regularly again. I thought I'd just do a quick catch up and let people know that I've not dropped off the face of the earth. I wanted to look at some of the comments that I've received as well. Let's see, how long will this take? Hang on. But no, Robbo, I appreciate you tuning in, honestly. If anyone's got any suggestions for stories that might be worth a look at, that's always right. How do I bring up my channel? Bear with me here. So yeah, good to see you, Robbo. I hope you're doing well in your part of the world. Yeah, I know this is a big time for some people, a great excuse. Yeah. I do find Christmas is one of those times of the year that it's actually really difficult not to get sucked into one way or the other. As much as I do try, and people are going to say, oh, what a Scrooge or whatever. Actually, while I'm waiting for that to load, I might as well bring up my overlay of what you can expect the channel to be called as we go forward. Do you know what I happened to find? I was looking at an old phone of mine the other day, and I happened to find a really good video. I believe it came off of 153 News, because must have been one that I downloaded. Come on, what? How's this taking so long? Right. There we go. We're loading now. And it was on a bus. It was, yeah, really good video about a bus that had an accident. And actually, I remember it triggered a dream that I had where, yeah, crazy dream I had, actually. I could go into that, but yeah, I wanted to look at some of the comments I'd got recently. So just to address, I thought might as well address them here rather than, well, I will be attempting to reply. Right, so where are we? Okay, I'll take off the overlay. Yeah, we're not going to be going too long. I was only planning to make it like 10 minutes, but we'll see. Where are we? I saw Dagjab had a regular commenter to my stuff, to some of my vids. So I wanted to have a look at this one. Right. Okay, he said, where are we? 2 weeks ago, 1 day ago, to add also to my previous comment, which was about what do you make of the child who died in Lake Solihull. I know these things happen. These are the kids. I don't know if you remember, they went through the ice. A horrible story, of course. And yeah, Dagjab offers us their thoughts on it. And they go on to say, I agree with someone else. The script writers of all these soaps must be Masons following orders from above. I do think that a lot of the so-called writers, producers of these soaps, and not only soaps but dramas, are also with filmmakers. Their ideas are not coming from themselves, but they are just being told what to write. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever seems, I mean, some percentage of, say, the local news, for example, the local news broadcasts that they seem to play every day of the week. Interesting, surely. I mean, I'm aware of of events that took place and made it into the news. Now, why they particularly chose to cover those subjects, I don't know. But then you'll get a story like 3 kids falling through the ice, and one of the people they'll name instantly, like on the same day that he died or within a day. And he also happened to have a dual name, JJ, like Jack Johnson or Joe Jameson, or just one of those one of the things you expect to see in some of the, shall we say, stories that you could be more critical about. Just like this, it was a 45-minute long video I watched on a school bus that had been driven by a crazy teacher, and he told the kids when they got on the bus, "Oh, are you ready to die today, kids?" And yeah, they ended up rolling. But anyway, this guy, can't remember the name of the channel or who it was, but he did a brilliant job of ripping to shreds the official narrative. Yes. But, of course, it happened that anyone who happened to scrutinise too closely any heavily reported events, like kids falling through the ice, for example. Yeah, let's just take a quick cursory glance at that one, seeing as I've mentioned it. We'll just see if anything leaps out. Of course, perhaps kids really went through the ice, and I wouldn't want to be disrespectful to... disrespectful to anyone who recently lost kids, but when a story gets round the clock media attention, considering how many people have unfortunate deaths, for example, Solihull, right? Oh, it's already been forgotten, would you believe? Let's see. If I go to the news. Goodness me, this computer's taking forever. Yeah, this sort of thing will soon hopefully be... slowdowns will be a lot... I'm obviously still going to get them. Still going to get... I thought it was 3 boys. It's 4 boys. Maybe it was. Again, I'm not massively a close inspector of the mainstream, so some of this stuff may pass me by. Right, can we zoom in a bit? Robbo says, not a story, but I've just watched an excellent video which is well worth watching. It's an interview with an expert who explains how the education system is ruined beyond repair. Yeah, I do not doubt it. When you have... Yeah, I wouldn't... Thanks for the suggestion. I see you've left a link in the live chat. Thanks ever so much. He's based in the US, but what he says seems to be applicable to other countries. Yeah, of course. I mean, who decides the curriculum, the national curriculum? So thank you for the link. In fact, if anyone's watching this video on replay, then I will put a link to the video that you've mentioned. Thanks for sharing that. In fact, we could have a quick look at it before we finish, because I'm not going to go on for too long. In fact, how long? I'm not sure how long I've gone on. So yeah, this one about the kids going through the ice. I know they definitely named... Oh, Jack Johnson. That was the first one they named. And it just struck me that it was JJ... December 11th, 11-year-old. When was this one done? 19th. But it happened on the 11th. So it actually took them 8 days to name all the kids, I think, unless they were named earlier. What is this then? You know, that's pretty rapid. A week for 4 children to be named in the press. But whatever. Oh, hang on. They were rescued near Birmingham and rushed to hospital. Finlay, Thomas and Jack were confirmed Monday, while Samuel died on Wednesday. Okay, so it looks like within the week these kids were confirmed and their names were shared with the whole world. Oh, goodness me. After an initial inquest held on Monday, they were told 3 of the boys were rescued after 22 minutes. If you're not familiar with the hoax code, as I've come to call it, I didn't invent that term, but I've heard other people call it the hoax code. It's the same numbers that always pop up. 22's got to be there for some reason. They love it. They love their numbers. Just like JJ, for example, in certain... There's so many different types of numerology. Full English redaction, all these curious ones I've heard of. I do have a calculator which works on Windows, so when I go back to using a Windows operating system, I will be able to bring it up more. JJ is J a 3 or a 6? Oh, in either Chaldean or Pythagorean. Anyway, it's undeniable when you see just how often these same numbers keep coming up. Anyway, right. Yeah, so we could... These are just some of the things we'll be looking at. Obviously, my genuine sympathy to anyone who loses a child, any loved one, of course. So I'm not being disrespectful to these people. I mean, some of them, who knows what went on. It's just interesting that the press always have to pepper it with their own numbers, as it were, or their own little things. Right, we'll have a look at the video suggested by Robbo, and then we are going to start finishing up. Open link in a new tab. Oh, it won't let me do it on here, will it? Let's see. That's annoying. Right, I know how we can do it. As long as... Okay, so yeah, just to confirm, I will be coming back. Oh, yeah, the audio's off. I will be coming back with some more regular videos, probably around once I set up my new system. Right, public education needs to be destroyed by Dr. Mark McDonald. Thank you for the suggestion, Robbo. Corona hoax. Yes, I'm familiar with this guy's channel. Again, another one that's worth tuning into. He does put out some very interesting stuff, so I will put a separate link into the live chat. Right. Hopefully that name of that channel won't get the stream taken down. Yeah, it's been lasting surprisingly well. Right, so thanks for sharing that one. Also, I cannot finish without thanking, as I said as I mentioned earlier, Nathan Oakley. I want to extend huge thanks for sharing the equipment with me. I will do a proper thank you video. Again, I'll put a link to his channel in the live chat. He does live streams 5 days a week. Well worth tuning into, and yeah, he invites people to come on to his streams. I will also put links to these channels that I've mentioned in the description of this video. Okay, we're going to have to start winding down. In fact, I'm going to start putting a bit of audio on for you to gently play us out with. Hopefully it won't drown out my sound. For the time being, this is the Bobby Z Show. Just a catch-up episode, so I'm not classing this as episode 7. Is that what it would have been, or episode 6? I think I've done 5 so far. I don't know, I'd have to check my channel. Let's have a look. Maybe not. But yeah, I will be back soon. Hope everyone, I hope the end of 2022 is good for you guys, and that 2023 brings you some wonderful times, of course. We never know what's around the corner. We will be told literally force-fed the idea that it's doom and gloom, that it's danger, that it's depression, that we have to be worried and scared, but you can't live your life in fear. We don't know what's around the corner. Put your faith in God, and in my experience, God will return that faith and give back to you. And he certainly works in very mysterious ways. So if I'm thanking Nathan Oakley for his generosity, of course I've got to thank God for his, because without his loving kindness I would have literally nothing. I hope I haven't drowned myself out with audio. Hang on. No, audio hopefully has sounded alright. Okay, big thanks to Robbo Max for tuning in this evening. Hope you make it to the next stream if you can, and if you're not already, not just you Robbo, but anyone else, if you're not already subscribed to my other channel, Chronicles of the Unconvinced, again a link's in the description, and it is where I upload a lot of my the edited stuff. If you want to listen to me without listening to me stutter, cough, clear my throat, wait for the webpage to load up, you just want to watch these videos in short kind of edited segments, and COTU is the channel to find us on. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in over there and left comments. Apologies if I've not replied to anyone's comments either here or over on some of the other platforms that I frequent, such as Twitter. My apologies. I've just had a pretty bit of a rough couple of weeks, and we've got more to come, a funeral and stuff to arrange and take place. But once I am set up with my new system, I will be back with with the Bobby Z Chronicles or the Bobby Z Show. Haven't quite decided what name I'll give it yet. One or the other. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, whatever I end up calling myself. Okay, take care everyone. I'll be back soon, and have a great new year if I don't see you before. Night everyone. Cheerio. Good night.